And the next time try this segment, I want to tell you a little bit about, it's a little tip that you can use when it comes to replacing the oil in your forks. Now, if you don't know how much fork oil your bike takes, and some guys don't, or if maybe you're out at a race and you can't quite figure out what the volume is, here's what you can do. You're going to drain your forks, take all the oil out. Then you're going to take a zip tie like this, just a regular white zip tie, and you're going to cut it off at 6 inches. 6 inches from this little notch right here. What you're going to do is you're going to add some oil to your forks. And you're going to take this zip tie, which is 6 inches long, and you're going to hold it right at the top. Don't drop it in there. And you're going to keep adding oil until it just starts to touch the end of that zip tie. You want to keep it 6 inches from the top. Now, here's the part you have to keep in mind. When you're adding oil to those forks, okay, you want to make sure you pump that fork as much as you can till you hear no more gurgling, no more air, no more bubbling in there. You want to make sure you have all the air out of there so you get a true reading. What do I mean by a true reading? When you put oil in the stanchion, it goes down the stanchion into the lower leg, but it hasn't risen into the lower leg yet. So as you're pumping it, it will flow through the stanchion into the lower leg. When you get to the top, and when you take your measurement, by the way, you want to make sure your fork is fully collapsed with no spring in it. Fully collapsed with no spring in it. Then you can take it and measure it 6 inches from the top. You can pull it open again, put your spring in, put your cap back on. But the secret here, and even if you know the amount of fork oil your bike does take the time to pump out the air in those forks, because you're not really getting, if you're taking a reading, you're not getting a true reading. Also, if you're not taking a reading and it just says, oh, I don't know, it just says to add 7 ounces for sake of argument. The oil's not getting down into the lower fork leg. It's just sitting there in the stanchion. When you have air in there and you have bubbles, it's not going to work properly. That's my tip. Next time, try that.